Hi, guys. Happy Friday to all of you. We are talking about these guys. Cell phones. We all have them. We all love them. It's kind of a love-hate relationship, wouldn't you say? But we're talking about whether you should get your child one or not. Are you thinking about this? Are you thinking maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't? You just don't know. Is this the right time? Should I wait a year? Should I wait 2 years? Should I wait 5 years? What are their friends doing? What are their parents doing? Are all these questions running through your head? Because if they are, you're not alone in all this. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So let me make sure everything's working and running. It is. And I welcome you. I welcome my replay viewers. If you're on the replay, give me a hashtag after party and let me know you're on the replay. Also, if you're on live with me, say hello so I know that you're there and I can say hello back. And if you know even one person that is in this dilemma right now, trying to figure out whether they should buy their child a cell phone or not, you may want to share this or tag them in this broadcast because you might just help them decide, because it is a big question right now and a lot of kids have them and a lot of your kids' friends have them and a lot of kids are begging to get them. So we're going to talk about why you might want to consider not getting them and what you should do if you do consider getting them. Okay, so thanks, Nick. Thank you. Thanks for hopping on. All right, so while you're on here, I want to tell you who I am. I'm Celia. I'm a family empowerment coach. Simply put, what I do is I take parents who are struggling with those daily frustrations and the stages that all kids go through in life. I give you tips, strategies, and all kinds of techniques so that you can really tackle what's challenging you, turn it around, make you the best parent you can be so you can turn around, empower your kids, and make them the best people they can be. Because isn't that what it's all about? Raising them to greatness, right? Raising them so they can stand on their own 2 feet. And that's what I'm here to help you with. Okay, so a little more background. I have 5 kids. 2 I gained through marriage. Wrong. Reverse that. 2 I gave birth to. 3 I gained through marriage. I have 8 grandchildren. I'm losing count. And I've been teaching and counseling parents and kids for over almost 40 years. I bring all that wisdom to you. I've covered and tackled almost anything in my life raising my kids. So there's not a whole lot I don't know that I can help you on. And if I don't know you, I'll find you someone who does know. All right, but let's get started with the all-important cell phone. Let's talk about this because kids start asking for this, I don't know, when they're 6, maybe 5, they start asking. And once they get into school, regardless of what their ages are, they're going to find a kid who has a cell phone. I guarantee it. They just will. They'll find somebody who has a cell phone and they'll come home and be like, I want to have a cell phone too, and I would like you to buy it for me. Ha, thanks, Nick. I know, I lose track. I know, it's wonderful. So that question is going to show its ugly face to you, and some point of time, you're going to need to decide what you're going to do about it. Will you buy them one? Will you not buy them one? And speak of cell phones, I should probably put this on airplane mode so it doesn't interrupt us. What are you going to do? So we're going to talk about it. Now, the interesting thing is, guys, if you're going to buy your child a cell phone, 6 months old, yeah, when they start playing with them, if you're going to buy your child a cell phone, you can buy a smartphone, you can buy a flip phone. You know, flip phones don't have access to the entire world. They're a little more controllable. And if you're looking to buy your child a phone so that you can keep track of them better, get them a flip phone. That way they don't have all these crazy millions of apps and things that you have to worry about. You have to worry about 80,000 apps and, pages and pages and apps that you don't want them to have. They really just want your undivided. That is absolutely true, Nick. That's what they want, your undivided love and attention. So that's my first question to you. Is your child responsible enough to have a cell phone, to handle the addiction of a cell phone? Because so many of us can't put it down. Are you able to put your cell phone down when your kids are around? When your kids haven't seen you all day? Are you able to put this down? Because if they see you with this in your hand 24/7, you best believe if you buy them one, it's going to be in their hand 24/7. You are their biggest role model. If you are role modeling the glue that holds these two things together, your hand and your phone, they will have the same glue. Before you get a cell phone, you need to think about what are the limits going to be. Are you going to have cell phones at dinners? Are you going to have cell phones when they go to bed? What are you going to limit them with these cell phones? It's a big question. Okay, number 2, cell phones are a huge cause of isolation. Kids go in their own little world with their cell phone. It changes the family dynamic. Where once maybe you're all sitting together, you're laughing, you're watching TV, you're eating, you're playing games. Now, your kids have cell phones. They go into their room, close the door, and they're in their own little world. Or even if you're on the couch and everybody's on a cell phone, are you really all together on the couch? No, you're in your own little individual worlds. Number 3, it has been proven scientifically, guys, that if a child is on a cell phone more than 2 hours a day, they start having behavioral problems. And it's probably the attitude because they want to be on that phone more and more. Thank you, Nick. Bullying is an issue. People, you get online. Do you have a Facebook page? Maybe they don't have a Facebook page because you don't want them to have one. Well, if they get a cell phone, they have access to all that. And all that non-face-to-face bullying goes on. Cyberbullying is a huge problem. Video just circulated about a little boy who's a dwarf who's been bullied so much he wants to kill himself. I'm sure you've seen it. It's been on the news. It's all at their fingertips if you decide to get them a cell phone. Okay, cell phones affect sleep. Ask yourself, where's your cell phone when you're sleeping? Is it in your hand? Is it next to your bed? Is it turned on? Are you waiting in case there's an emergency phone call and that's the only reason that it is there? Or do you wake up at 2 a.m. and you're like, well, I'm waking up, let me check my phone. Because your kids will do that too if you don't draw the line and say no phones at bed. Now for you, if you have a phone there because of emergencies, that's different. But for your kids, there is no reason they need to take that phone with them to bed. Okay, it affects homework and schoolwork. If that phone's around and they're trying to do schoolwork, are they concentrating on their schoolwork? No. They're doing some work, they're after the phone, they're checking to see what their friends are saying, they're checking text, they're checking TikTok, Instagram, whatever. What's the other one? There's a million of them, I can't even think of them all. They're not focusing on their schoolwork long enough to absorb the information they're supposed to be absorbing. It absolutely affects emotional development. Because you know what? They're getting all this feedback, all this stuff about their emotions. They're posting, oh, I'm miserable. My parents are horrible. They're not really talking things out and having conversation with one another, which is what develops their emotional balance. They're not talking to you about what's bugging them. Look at social media, look at Facebook, look at all the people that bring on the drama, and they get all this input from all these people, negative or positive, not always good. That's why the suicide rates are so high amongst teenagers, higher than it's ever been, because you can glorify suicide on a cell phone or on social media. When, if somebody committed suicide when I was a kid, it was pretty much an unspoken thing. We talked about it, that was it. Now, it's not only spoken about, it becomes an option if some child is having a difficult time. It is so in their business that they're like, well, I could go see a therapist, I could get on medication, I could talk to my parents, or I could just kill myself and end it all. It's a valid option now for kids, and that's why the rate is so high. That's for another broadcast. Okay. It is not easy to monitor a cell phone. You should be on Opera in the News. Thank you, Nick. I love you, Nick. Thank you so much. It's not easy to monitor a cell phone. It's easy to monitor a computer. You can walk in, you can see it. I'm pointing to my desktop, like as if you can see my desktop. You can check a laptop. You can check a tablet. They're substantial. You can see them. Well, if you're not monitoring your child's cell phone, you are making a grave mistake. You want to monitor this like you monitor anything else they're on. This is a privilege. It is not a right. It is not anything that your children need to grow up healthy and strong. It is a privilege. And if that privilege is not used correctly, you have every right to take it away. Look how easy it is to take away. You pick it up, you throw it away, it's gone. That easy. Now it's on the floor, near the door. Hopefully no one will open the door. It's gone. It's easy to take away. Don't be like, well, I can't take away my kid's phone. Of course you can. You're the grown-up. You can take away whatever you want. And you know what? If your child's having problems in school and they're having difficulty because they're on the phone all the time, then go to the cell phone store and say, you know what? I want to trade this in for a flip phone, and get them a flip phone. You will still be able to reach them. They will still be able to reach you. And there's not all the added drama. So, those are why you want to think about this long and hard. And you want to make sure your child is old enough to handle it. In my opinion, about 12 years old is a good age if you're going to get your child a cell phone. And I'm not even so sure I would get a smartphone for a 12-year-old. I think you should start out with a flip phone. And don't be like, well, all his friends have one. So who are you the parent of? Their friends or your child? Who are you responsible for? Their friends or your children? You are responsible for your kids. That's where the responsibility lies. And you need to do what is right for you and what is right for your kids, not just because their friends have one. Make your own decisions. Base it on your reality, not someone else's. Make sure your kids are responsible. Yes, it is why family meetings are so important. Exactly. And I'm going to do a family meeting masterclass the beginning of March. I'm going to post it in Pumped Up Parenting on Facebook. If you guys aren't in Pumped Up Parenting on Facebook, please go into Pumped Up Parenting and join us. If you're on like Periscope or YouTube, go to Facebook, join Pumped Up Parenting. I'm going to do a masterclass the beginning of March on family meetings. This is one of the most important communication tools you could ever put in place in your families. All right. Another thing I want to tell you about phones, pardon me, is kids have a lot of temptation, guys. They have so much temptation in this world now. Endless temptation. I mean, like crazy. It's hard to resist. You teach them all these good morals. You teach them right from wrong. And yet you're putting a device into their hands that they can access everything and anything on. How much do you think they'd be able to resist that temptation? It's not easy, guys. Think of when you were teens and start talking about it. So that's what I wanted to tell you about cell phones. Think long and hard. And if your answer to a cell phone is yes, and your answer to a cell phone being a smartphone is yes, before you get that phone, you sit down with your child and you talk about the limits, you talk about the boundaries, when they can have it, when they can't have it, what it's going to be used for, and the fact that you have every right to monitor it. You're paying for it. You get to check it whenever you want to. Yes, lead by example. Exactly. Don't have that phone in your hands 24/7. If those kids are home from school, spend a little time off your phone and spend a lot more time face to face with your kids. It will make an incredible difference in their lives. Okay, if you have any questions, guys, as always, that's what I'm here for. Reach out to me. You can email me. Where's my email? Over here, opposite land. You can email me and you can private message me. Please share this out to somebody who you love, who you know is going through this dilemma, so they can really think it out before they make the purchase. Once you decide to make the purchase, think out how life will be once you do it. Okay, guys? And will your child contribute to the cost of it? That's another thing to consider. Yeah, if it was easy, everyone would do it. Exactly, Nick. Exactly. All right. If you're not in Pumped Up Parenting, join Pumped Up Parenting, because I'm going to post my masterclass about family meetings. It's going to be in the beginning of March. And then we'll have another masterclass the end of March, because I'm not doing one in February. So I'm doing one at the beginning and end of March. I like to do them monthly. All right. Any questions, reach out. I wish you days filled with peace, love, tons of laughter. It really is the best medicine. And I will see you here Tuesday and Friday of next week and around the web. Bye, everyone. Have an awesome weekend. Bye-bye.